Hey guys, welcome to our week 11 class video. We are officially getting near the end of this semester and I hope you're proud of yourself for all that you have learned so far. We're going to go ahead and jump right in today with our scale. So we're looking over at our group 2 scales now, which starts on page 142. And the first scale that we're going to be looking at today is F major. Now this is the first one that is different from what we've done before. All of them have had the exact same finger pattern, identical to each other. This is the first one that breaks from this, and it's really not too complicated. I don't think you'll find it too bad. So we're going to start out with the right hand. So for this one, basically the biggest difference is that in most of our right hand scales, we do our group of 3, and then we cross under and do a group of 4, 3, 4. This one's just reversed. It's 4, 3, 4, 3. That's it. So, and then the left hand is actually the exact same as the other fingerings that we've had so far. So let's go ahead and give this one a try, starting with our right hand, and I'm going to say the note names out loud, and I'm going to call out whenever we have a finger on our flat, our B flat. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4 flat. 1, 2, 3 thumb under. 2, 3, 4 flat thumb under. 2, 3, 4. Yes, we end on 4. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4 flat over 3, 2, 1, 3 over 2, 1. 4 flat over 3, 2, 1. Left hand, exactly the same as the other keys that we've learned so far for left hand fingering. Ready, go. 5, 4, 3, 2 flat. 1, 3 over 2, 1, 4 over 3, 2 flat. 1, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3 thumb under, 2 flat, 3, 4 thumb under, 2, 3 thumb under, 2 flat, 3, 4, 5. Now the arpeggio. The arpeggio fingering for the right hand is exactly the same as all of these scales that we've done previously. And the left hand is the same as C and G. So when it's all white keys, we go 5, 4, 2, 1. So same as C and G. So here we go with the right hand. 1, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 5. 5, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. Remember to keep that elbow out, fingers curved. Left hand, go. 5, 4, 2, 1, 4, 2, 1. And down. 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 5. Beautiful, and that is the only scale that you have to work on this week. If you guys have been practicing being very consistent with the finger numbers, you shouldn't find this too challenging at all. Now that we're getting slightly out of our normal patterns, it is very important to just be super conscientious about the finger numbers, especially when we have little differences between the hands. So let's go ahead and move on, and we're going to look at our next technique activity for today, which is our chord progression on page 170. So these are our primary chord progressions, and we're going to kind of continue learning a little bit about this later on, but in theory you guys should have talked about like kind of Roman numeral chords in a key. When we build a chord, if we think about a scale, there's 8 scale degrees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8/1. So basically really 7 scale degrees. If we build a chord, you know, a 3-note chord on the first note of that scale, we call that a 1 chord because it's on the first note of the scale. If we were to do one on the second note, we would call it a 2 chord. If we were to build one on the 3, we call it a 3 chord. If we're on the 4, we call it a 4 chord. If we're on the 5th, we call it a 5 chord. If we're on the 6th, we call it a 6th chord. If we're on the 7th, we call it a 7th chord, and so on and so forth. And the primary chords, the kind of most important, the A-list chords that we have in our key are our 1, 4, and 5. That's it. So when we're looking over here at our primary chord progression, what we're talking about is playing those chords, and you'll notice it looks a little bit different because we're doing different inversions of the chords. We're just kind of messing with the order of the notes a little bit to make it more comfortable and convenient to play it. So what I'm going to do is we're going to practice this one by calling out the scale degrees as we do it. So like for the first one, I would go 1, 3, 5, 1, 4, 6, 7, 4, 5, back to 1, 3, 5. So fairly straightforward, just like that. A couple things to just go ahead and mark for yourself would be that for the first chord, we've got our fingers 1, 3, 5. For the second chord, we bring our top 2 fingers up just one step. So if I take my finger 3 and 5 right here, and I just step them up one, that's exactly right. And then I'm just going to add, keeping my thumb in place. Now I just bring my fingers 3 and 5 up one step. And I've got it. And then I bring them back down for one chord. Then I'm going to keep my finger 5 exactly where it is. I'm going to play my finger 4 right next to my finger 5, and I'm going to stretch my thumb down to play B in this case, okay? And then I bring it all back to 1. So here is how I would recommend that you practice this, by playing it with broken chords like this. So go 1, 3, 5, play the chord. 1, 4, 6, play the chord. 1, 3, 5, play the chord. 7, 4, 5, and then so on and so forth. So that is the best way to practice this. So I would do that several times, hands separately, just until you feel really comfortable with what the notes are. And then we're going to put it all together, hands together, playing the blocked chords, and it's going to go like this. 1, and hold it. 4, 6, 4, hold it. 1, and hold it. 5, 6, 5, hold, back to 1. Let's do that one more time. 1, 5, and 3 go up. Then they come back down. Then the thumb goes down. Then it comes back up to 1. And you can do it honestly even slower than that. If you're just hitting the actual chords, I would prefer that you practice this just a little bit more slowly until you feel really comfortable with it. Then we're going to go ahead and give this a try in G major and D major. So for G major, I'm just going to go ahead and just call out the note names first. Just go through. So for our one chord, we've got G, B, D. Then G, C, E. Then G, B, D. The F sharp comes next. F sharp, C, D. Take your time on this one, make sure you can find it. And then back to G, B, D. So that's exactly how I would practice it before you put it together, and the way that you're going to play it. Kind of the final version would be, ready, go. 1, 5, and 3 go up. Then they come back down. Thumb goes down to F sharp. Then it comes back up to G. Perfect. So now I'll go ahead and show you. So make sure you practice both of those, and then I will show you the D major chord. So you're going to find just your regular D major. Here are going to be the notes. We're going to have D, F sharp, A, then D, G, B, back to D, F sharp, A, then come down to C sharp with the thumb, C sharp, G, A. That was the tricky one, so make sure you practice it. Back to D, F sharp, A. And then here's how it'll be all put together for the final version. 5 and 3 go up. Then they come back down. Thumb goes down to C sharp. Then up to D. And when you play the 5-7 chord, something that's really important is to make sure, notice how far in to the keys my hand is when I play this. If I try to play it out on the edges like this, that is so uncomfortable. That's horrible. And if I'm if I'm trying to play with flat fingers, I'm not going to be able to get accuracy on the notes. So just make sure that you've still got a nice curve in your fingers, but you want to bring the tip of your thumb all the way here, all the way over to the edge, not kind of hanging off the side. And your 4 and 5, my 4 is almost touching the actual fretboard back here, and that's perfectly acceptable. That's just fine. So you want to be careful with that for all of those 5-7 chords, just to maintain a nice, comfortable hand position. And it's not just for your comfort, it's going to actually make it so much easier to find the notes, because you're not going to have to be like contorting your hands quite as much to find that. So that's what you got for your technique exercises this week. Let's go ahead and move right on to looking at our unit for today. And we're going to start out by looking at page 120. So we did exactly what we just talked about actually a second ago. On page 120, we have this playing triads of the key. So playing the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, back to 1. So super, super simple. Notice that right here it writes down, and you guys may have covered this in theory already, but we have special names. We have, in 1 we call it the tonic, 2 we call it the supertonic, all that good stuff. But the more important thing to recognize is the chord quality. So the major chords are the 1, the 4, and the 5. Our minor chords are the 2, the 3, and the 6th. And then the 7th is a diminished chord. So we've got that lowered 5th on the 7th scale degree. So what we're going to do is we're just going to practice playing these chords in a couple of different keys. So we're going to try it in C first. We have no black keys, no accidentals, all good to go. And so we're just going to play that 1, 3, 5, and you're just going to practice shifting up. Okay, so let's go ahead and give it a try. Ready, go. 1, 2, up to 3, to 4, 5, 6, 7, back to 1. Beautiful. So now we're going to try it in F. So we have to make sure that whenever we have a B, we are playing B flat. So let's just talk through that really quick. So our 1 chord would have no sharps or flats. When we get to our 2 chord, we're going to have that B flat in the middle. 3 chord, no need to worry about it. 4 is going to be a B flat major chord, so with that B flat in the root. Then 5, it's just a regular C major chord. 6, we don't have to worry about it. Our 7th chord, our diminished chord, is going to be an E diminished with that B flat on top. Back to F. So here we go. Careful for those B flats. I would honestly practice this one just looking at your hands. It makes it so much easier to kind of just watch that B flat note. Watch it as it moves. So let's give it a try. Ready, go. 1, watch for B flat in the middle, B flat at the bottom, B flat at the top here. And you can absolutely practice that hand separately as well. So now we're going to go ahead and give it a try with G major. And for this one, we're going to have our F sharp. Okay. So again, when we go up, our first one that we're going to have is our 3 chord. We'll have that F sharp on the top. It's a B minor chord. 5 is a D major chord with F sharp in the middle. And then our 7 is built on F sharp. We've got F sharp in the root for our F sharp diminished chord. Back up to G. So here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. G. Watch for the B flat or F sharp on top here. F sharp in the middle. F sharp in the root. seven chord, the diminished one, that's probably the hardest one to find. So just be careful with that, be conscientious about that one, and that'll be really good practice. And definitely try those hands separately until you feel like you can do those confidently. And then we're gonna go ahead and jump over to our page 126 and 127 sight reading. We have 3 sight reading exercises here. Now, these ones we're getting a little bit more complex with, we have some like scale passages in the right hand and left hand in this one instead of staying in a 5-finger position the entire time. So what we're gonna do is you might wanna just go ahead and copy in some of your finger numbers. I'll say the finger numbers out loud on this like I normally do, but you might wanna go ahead and just kind of write some of those in or write some of the hand crossings or anything like that. And that'll make it a lot easier when you try to do the transposition. And for all of these, I would just try them hands separately to do the transpositions. It's gonna make your life a lot easier. So here we go with number 1 on page 126. 1, 2, ready, go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 2, 1, 3, over, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 5, 1, 2, 3, thumb under, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 4, 5, 1. So now we're going to step up and do this in D major. So again, maybe just go through and play the left hand alone, and then the right hand alone. That would be a great way to practice this one because we have a little bit more going outside of our typical hand position. But here we go with this one, and I will call out the finger numbers and the sharps. Ready, go. 5, 4, sharp, 3, 2, 2, 1, 3, sharp, over, 2, 1, 2, 3, sharp, 1, 2, and I messed up that left hand, 5, 1, 2, 3, sharp, thumb, under, 2, 3, 4, sharp, 5, 4, sharp, 3, 2, 4, sharp, 5, 1. Excellent. So for the next one, I'm going to call out the left hand finger numbers because we have a lot more moving notes in the left hand. You are going to start this one with your fingers 1 and 3 on B and D for the right hand, and then your left hand pinky on G. So here we go with this one. 1, ready, go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, cross, 3, 4, 3, 2, sharp, 1, 1, 2, sharp, 3, 4, 3, thumb, under, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent. And then here is the transposition for that one. So one step down to F major. Be careful of the B flats, especially in your right hand, because they kind of sneak in there. 1, ready, go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, thumb under, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent. And then here is the last one, starting in D major, and I'll call out the right hand finger numbers for this. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, thumb under, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, over, 2, 1, 2, 3, thumb under, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent. And then the transposition for this one will be to take it down one step to C major. Easy, because we don't have to add any sharps or flats here. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, over, 2, 1, 2, 3, thumb under, 2, 3, 4, 5. Beautiful job. So with all of these transpositions and sight reading exercises, I would definitely try them hands separately. Now that we're just getting into stuff that's a little bit more complex, it really is worth, it's actually not additional time, because you're going to be able to do it hands together so much more easily if you just try it hands separately first. It saves you time, even though it seems like it's like, oh, an extra step. It's ultimately going to save you a lot of time practicing if you can just get the hands kind of solid separately and then try it together. So then we'll move on, and we have Morning Salute and German Dance as 2 solo rep options that you have for this week. And you'll also have both of these options for the exam and everything. So let's go ahead and take a look at the first one. So the first one, we have a little bit more of a like a call and response between the right hand and left hand, or we have the melodies in the right hand at the beginning. And then we have that same melody in the left hand in that middle section. So one thing to be careful of with this one is the left hand in the beginning section and the ending section, because it looks like we're in a 5-finger pattern, but we're not. We're playing 1 and 3 on B and G, and then we're shifting down and playing that open 5th. The 5th, we're playing with our fingers 2 and 5 instead of 1 and 5 like we normally would on that A and D. So it's G and B, A and D. So just be aware of that. It's a little bit stretched from where we normally go. Also be careful of those ties in the melody. It's really difficult to see because we've got that slur over it, but we have a tied note in all of these places here. I'm just going to highlight them for you. So just be aware of that. Be careful for that. And then let's go ahead and give this a try. I would definitely practice this several times hands separately, just because we have kind of the melody part in both the right hand and the left hand at various points in the song. So let's go ahead and give it a try from the very beginning, and I will call out the finger numbers of the right hand first, then the left hand, then back to the right hand. 1, ready, go. 1, 3, 5, tie. 4, 2, 1, 3, 5, tie. 4, 2, 1, big jump. 5, 4, sharp. 3, 2, 1, 3, over. 4, 2, 1, repeat. 1, 3, 5, tie. 4, 2, 1, 3, 5, tie. 4, 2, 1, big jump. 5, 4, sharp. 3, 2, 1, 3, over. 4, 2, 1, and next part. 1, 5, 3, right hand, 1, 3, 5, left hand, 5, 3, 1, right hand, 5, 4, 2, 1, 3, 5, tie, 4, 2, 1, 3, 5, tie, 4, 2, 1, 5, 4 sharp, 3, 2, 1, 3, over, 4, 2, 1, repeat. Left hand, 5, 3, 1, tie, 2, 4, 5, 3, 1, tie, 2, 4, 5, 3, 1, right hand, 1, 3, 5, left hand, 5, 3, 1, right hand, 5, 4, 2, 1, 3, 5, 2, 4, 1, 3, 5, 2, 4, 1, big jump, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 4, 2, 1. Very nice. So, looking at the next one, German dance, I would on this one's actually, we've had like kind of more quick moving notes in the right hand, but the left hand is actually really, really simple. If you look at the first line, we've got D, A, D, just over and over again. Then on the second line, we jump down with our thumb to play that D, A, C sharp, then back. Then on the second part, we just go A, E, A, we just bring that hand position up, and then we come down to our G sharp in the top, and that's it. And it's really, really very straightforward, the left hand. I would still practice in hand separately, because if you can get that left hand going on autopilot, it's gonna make the right hand part even easier. With the right hand, it is super, super important to pay attention to the finger numbers that they have here. It is going to be the difference between this sounding really clean and being really fun to play and sounding like a mess and not being that much fun. So just be very conscientious about that. And let's go ahead and give this a try from the beginning so you can hear how it will sound all together. Ready, go. 4, 1, 2, 3 sharp, 1, 3, 4 sharp, 2 sharp, 1, 2, 3 sharp, 4, 5, 2 sharp, 1, 2, 3, 4 sharp, 5, 2, 1, jump, 3, 4, 5, 3, 2, jump, 3, 4, 5, 3, 2, 2, 3, 4, 2, 1, and repeat. 4, 1, 2, 3 sharp, 1, 3, 4 sharp, 2 sharp, 1, 2, 3 sharp, 4, 5, 2 sharp, 1, 2, 3, 4 sharp, 5, 2, 1, jump, 3, 4, 5, 3, 2, jump, 3, 4, 5, 3, 2, 2, 3 sharp, 4, 2, 1, and next line, 1, 2, 3 sharp, 2, 1, 3 sharp, 2, 1, 2 sharp, 1, 2, 3 sharp, 1, 2, 3 sharp, 2, 1, 3 sharp, 2, 1, 2 sharp, 1, 2, 3 sharp, 1, 2, 3 sharp, 4, 3 sharp, 2, 1, 3 sharp, 4, 5, 4, 3 sharp, 2, 1, 2, 1, 4 sharp, 3 sharp, 2, 1, and repeat. 1, 2, 3 sharp, 2, 1, 3 sharp, 2, 1, 2 sharp, 1, 2, 3 sharp, 1, 2, 3 sharp, 2, 1, 3 sharp, 2, 1, 2 sharp, 1, 2, 3 sharp, 1, 2 sharp, 2, 3 sharp, 4, 3 sharp, 2, 1, 3 sharp, 4, 5, 4, 3 sharp, 2, 1, 2, 1, 4, 3 sharp, 2, 1. Beautiful. So I would definitely practice both of those solo reps hands separately. Uh, trying to say along the finger numbers, it really is helpful for just keeping you on track. And also make sure that you are practicing with steady beat throughout, especially now that we're getting into kind of more longer melody lines with each hand. It's really important to be consistent with your tempo. All right, so next we're going to look at the harmonizations that we have on page 130 and 131. And I'm just going to demonstrate one of these for you because they're all pretty much the exact same procedure. And you guys have had a lot of practice at this point with doing the harmonizations and doing the transpositions and everything. So I'm just going to demonstrate one of them and show you the practice procedure that I would use. And we're going to look at number 2, Now the Day is Over, on page 130. So we're going a little bit outside of our typical just 1 and 5. We have, in this one, you're just going to play the root note. So you're just going to play that one note. And in class, you guys should have gone through and filled in all of those notes for these harmonizations. So we're going to start by just playing that root note in the left hand alone. And I'll play it first for you, just the left hand, saying those Roman numerals out loud, and then I'll say the actual note names out loud. So here we go, just with those bass notes. Here we go. 1, 5, 1, 4, 2, 5, 3, 6, 2, 5, 1. Now with letter names, G, D, G, C, still C, A, D, B, E, A, D, G. Awesome job. So now here's how it will go with the right hand part, the melody. I would recommend playing this melody part alone a couple times just for that extra practice. And then we will go ahead and give this a try, both hands together. And I'll say the right hand finger numbers out loud. 1, 2, ready, go. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2 sharp, 3, 4 sharp, 3, 5, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. All right, and so now we're going to go ahead and try this one in F major. And I will go ahead and play the left hand notes alone, saying the note names out loud for the left hand part. And then we'll try it both hands together. So here's just the left hand saying the note names. Ready, go. F, C, F, and hold. B flat, still B flat, G, C, A, D, G, C, F. Perfect. Now here we go with the right hand part. So you're going to start with finger 2 on C, just to move one step down. Here we go. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, hold. 2, hold. 3, 3, 2 sharp, 3, 4, 3, 5, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, Beautiful. So that is the procedure that I would follow for all of these harmonization activities. I would go through, play the left hand alone, saying the Roman numerals and the letter names, then add your right hand part, then do that same thing when you try to do the transposition. It'll be really helpful to try just the left hand alone first and practice getting those left hand notes and the left hand Roman numerals correct in the new key. So finally, we will go ahead and look at the improvs that you have on page 132. So all you really need to do with these is you are going to play a right hand melody along with the chord that they give you here. So for the first one, they have the 1, 4, 7 diminished, 3, 6, 2, 5, 1. And you are going to continue the right hand melodic sequence. So you are going to follow this pattern that they have written here. And then start that same exact pattern on different pitches, beginning on different pitches. So the next one would start on B, then A, G. So this is more of a composition than improvisation because it's telling you exactly which notes you should use. But this is how it's going to kind of sound all together because you're just going to fill in the chords, fill in the notes, and then you'll continue that right hand sequence. And then you could also, if you want, try transposing that to G. And going forth with that, transposing it into G. The next one is a little bit more of an actual improvisation. So you're going to play in the rhythms that they have suggested there. Write in any notes that you think would sound great. So it's kind of a blend of composition and improvisation because you should probably go ahead and write in those notes. And then you'll play it along with the accompaniment suggested. And then you can play it first and kind of figure out what you like and then notate it in, or you could try to write something down and then see how it sounds. So any of those options would be just fine. So that is what we got for today. Keep up the great work. Keep paying attention to your notes and finger numbers and rhythms and all of that good stuff. And happy practicing, and I will see you next time.